Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wake it up. Lace it up, lace it up. Turn it up, tighten up. Hey. Reps on a rack, numbers on the screen. Every single squat feeds the machine. Sweat on the floor, data in the veins. Power in my stride, charging up the gains. Push through the burn, feel the meters climb. Every clean form, every perfect time. Body has a rig, motion has a code. Stronger every set, level in the low. Tighten up, let the muscle mind. Every move turning effort into shine. Step, lift, breathe, watch the counter up. Highest power on the block when we tighten up, feel the system sing. Each deep lunge like a fuel-rich link. Built from grit, never out of luck. We don't give in, we just tighten up. Wake at the dawn, hit another round. Calories to credits in the battleground. Friends in the gym, crew on the app. All of us align on the same roadmap. Straps on the bar, heartbeat in a race. Chasing bigger stats while we shape this place. Steel in my core, fire in my lungs. Every single rep pays out in the long run, yeah. Tighten up, let the muscle mind. Every move turning effort into shine. Step, lift, breathe, watch the counter up. Highest power on the block when we tighten up, feel the system sing. Each deep lunge like a fuel-rich link. Built from grit, never out of luck. We don't give in, we just tighten up. Stack that strength. Go to length up. Earn that crown. We don't power down. Muscle mind, every move turning effort into shine. Step, lift, breathe, watch the counter up. Highest power on the block when we tighten up, feel the system sing. Each deep lunge like a fuel-rich link. Built from grit, never out of luck. We don't give in, we just tighten up. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Feel the ground shake. Every step's a dollar I make. Left foot, right foot, it's a game we play. Health and wealth in a single sway.
Step by step, watch me come. Every move I'm cashing time. Run, walk, jump, it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine. Yeah, get healthy, get wealthy.
Redefine. What's my currency? No bank in sight. Sunrise to sunset, I own the night. Every stretch, every twist has a price. This grind pays twice, it's paradise. No excuses, no delay. Every motion makes my pay.
Yeah, hey, step by step, watch me climb.
Every move I'm cashing time.
Run, walk, jump,
it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy.
yeah, hey, step by step,
watch me climb. Every move I'm cashing time.
Run, walk, jump,
it's all mine. Get healthy, get wealthy. Redefine.
Stumble, fall, I'm still in the race. Each bruise another badge I embrace. Momentum builds, can't erase the sound of coins in every pace. Every pace, every pace. Yeah, come out.
Get healthy, get wealthy, redefine.
Yeah! MoveQuest, stand up. It don't matter where you start. Just get up and move. One, two, come on, two, let's go, let's go. Move your body, work your body. Everybody join the party. Feel that rhythm, nice and strong. MoveQuest, get your sweat on, get your sweat on, get your sweat on. Move your body, work your body, keep it moving all day long. Get your sweat on, get your sweat on. Walk it, run it, dance it out. MoveQuest, come and get your sweat on. Let my foot keep that pace. Heart pumping, sweat running down your face. No sitting down, we're moving strong. Everybody get your sweat on. Wake up in the morning, put your game face on. Tie your shoes tight, now the mission is on. Take another step, let your confidence rise. Every bit of movement is a personal prize. You can walk around the block, you can dance in your room. You can hit the gym and make the whole place boom. You don't have to be perfect, just get what you got. A little more movement can change a whole lot. From the young to the old, every shape, every size. We're feeling we're changing our lives. No matter where you're starting, you can still belong. Turn the music up and get your sweat.
All right, everybody. I want to welcome everybody to tonight's Tuesday night community call. Hope everybody's been having a wonderful week so far. Let me see here. I wish I could see how many of the new people that are actually here because we always want to welcome them to the call. I know we've been getting some good motion here recently and love to see that. So welcome to all of the new individuals that are listening in for the first time. We're not going to tarry this evening. We're going to get straight into tonight's call. I know Miss Lynette has quite a few things she wants to share. So Miss Lynette, when you're ready, feel free to unmute and we'll go ahead and yield the floor over to you. Definitely want to congratulate, welcome all of those individuals that are currently participating in the Lynette Challenge or what have you, getting a lot of traction with that. So if you haven't joined yet, I strongly encourage you to come and check it out, participate. You'll have a lot of fun. All right, so Miss Lynette.
Just give me about 2 minutes. I'm rebooting my presentation notes. It crashed on me for some reason. My computer does that every now and then. So I'm just rebooting it real fast.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Should not be too long. I'm waiting for it to bring it up right now. Sorry about that, guys. I went and pulled it up and it went blink. It just completely crashed out. Try to figure out why it doesn't. My spreadsheets do that from time to time too. Yeah, everybody in the challenge group, you guys are doing amazing. I'm excited about it. I haven't been in there much today or yesterday, just because I've been busy with getting everything done that's needed for this week. But hey, all right, looks like it's booting up right now. So that is good. So how many do we have on the call tonight?
About 140 at the moment.
Oh, very good. Have we had any new music made?
You say that again?
Have we had any new music made?
Not anything new recently that I have in my possession, or whatever. But and again, I have so many. And I know I talked to Kat earlier this week, and I know a lot of people are wanting to have access to all the songs and music in various forms and platforms or what have you. So I know she's been working on that, but I'm going to assist in any way that I can as well to make sure that all of the music and songs are available to everyone in multiple forms. Because I know Kat and Kenny did a wonderful job of putting one compilation together, which is on the MoveQuest YouTube channel. It's an hour long, so it's a great workout piece to just listen or what have you. And I'm not as knowledgeable or don't have experience with Spotify and some of the other platforms that are out there, but I guess it's time to learn. So absolutely.
Great. Very good, very good. All right, let me share my screen a chance.
Yep.
Herschel.
Yes, we can see it.
Are you seeing my screen?
Yes. Yes.
All right, don't mute your mic yet. I got to share again. I want to make sure it comes up.
Okay.
So I'm not halfway through a presentation and then somebody's like, oh, wait a minute, it's not, we can't see it.
Mhm.
All right, you guys, I'm sorry. We're getting a bad start, aren't we? Okay, so here's what I want to do. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being on the call tonight. I appreciate you taking your time out of your evening. And I want to go over some things that I think are really important for people to understand. A lot of times I'll read comments and things in the different chats, and it makes me think, I wonder if people really understand what MoveQuest is. And when you're building a project in the crypto space, it's more than just what the market value of the token is. There are so many other things, other dynamics that make a crypto project solid. So I wanted to put together, and I'm going to give you guys a PDF, all right, after this presentation. I want to have it uploaded to the website because it's extremely in-depth. It is I had to leave a lot out of the presentation. This presentation is 84 slides, but it's very short slides, okay? But the PDF is extremely in-depth because I really think it's important that people understand what you're involved in, what the dynamics of this project are, and what sets MoveQuest apart from what other crypto projects in a similar space are doing. Now, some of you know that we have been building this project for 4 years. We have been on the Avalanche blockchain for 2 years. August 1st was our 2-year anniversary. So that's 2 years of building. And so what exists today did not exist 2 years ago. What existed 2 years ago did not exist 4 years ago. MoveQuest is an evolving project. When we introduced our light paper and we introduced our roadmap, it was massive. And probably a lot of people said, oh, yeah, right, they'll never get there. Well, I am somebody of my word. And when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And so we are completing our roadmap 1.0, and we'll be able, and we've already started on roadmap 2.0, and won't be long, and we'll have roadmap 3.0. And so for the last 4 years, that's what we have been doing. We have been fulfilling our promise to our community to complete our roadmap. So we're going to go over the frame of MoveQuest. You cannot judge, and I'm going to go by 2-year project, right? 2 years on Avalanche, 4 years of development. So you'll have to make that distinction based on these slides. But you cannot judge this project based on numbers on a DEX. So tonight, I'm not defending MoveQuest. I'm basically going to give you an inventory of where MoveQuest is today. So we're going to judge MoveQuest by 3 things: what existed when we started, what exists today, and what we're building next. So 2 years of mining on Avalanche. It's not been 2 years of waiting. Mining is live on the C chain since August 1st of 2024. Most projects never survive a full market cycle, okay, let alone to keep developing through one. MoveQuest didn't pause development waiting for the MQT token to appreciate. So what is MoveQuest? We're not proof of work. We're not proof of stake. We are proof of physical activity. So when MQT is mined, it's gated on verified human movement, your steps, your distance, your workouts, your calories, and your sleep. The input to this protocol isn't just capital, it's also your physical activity. Without your physical activity, there is no MQT being mined. Most crypto, it begins and it ends on a screen, right? Because it's all digital. People buy it, they stake it, they trade it, they sell it. But MoveQuest asks you to get up and move, to be a healthier version of yourself. That is the problem that MoveQuest aims to solve, which you need to have. If you're going to build a crypto project, what is the purpose of that crypto project? The purpose of MoveQuest is to motivate people to get up and move more and to become healthier versions of themselves. Bitcoin proved that computers could mine value. MoveQuest is proving that human activity can participate in mining value. Now we're going to go over how the token works. When we say don't judge it by the values on the DEX, okay? Because according to the DEX, all of their values is based on 21 million MQT already circulating. But we have a max supply of 21 million, and we have a 4-year halving interval, and our smart contract for the MQT token has been renounced. So this means we have a fixed ceiling. It's not an open-ended emission. We have a long-term mining and farming schedule with having every 4 years. The ownership of the MQT token contract has been renounced, and no one can mint beyond the 21 million cap. And it's also designed to be released over decades, not during bull markets. In October of last year, we attempted to do a change in the how the mining, the proof of physical activity fees would be gauged based on the market value. And then this last year, we went into our dynamic mining. And most of you who are here on this call, you probably love it. It is probably, I would say, the best enhancement that we have made in this ecosystem altogether. We have that 6-tiered mining pool. And this allows people to be able to mine where they can afford. The one thing about MoveQuest is we never want a barrier of entry based on a person's financial, if they don't have enough financial means, right, to come into this project. We want to remove all of these barriers. This project is meant to change the lives of people across the globe, not just people that already have, financial freedom or deep pockets or can afford to do more than others. We want this to be something that everybody can participate in. And so that 6-tiered mining pool, it allows people to mine where they can afford. And this was a very needed piece to be implemented into this mining protocol. So the ecosystem has daily caps on the total emissions, also based on the growth of the community or the size of the community or the number of people who are submitting that proof of physical activity. The difference is when you were mining Bitcoin, there were 50, in the first 4 years, 50 Bitcoin that could be mined every hour. Now, if the algorithmic mathematical problem wasn't solved through computer computation, what would happen is maybe that 50 wasn't mined that hour, maybe the following hour it was 100, or maybe it would be 150. But it was 7,200 Bitcoin every single day. Now, while MoveQuest follows that schedule, what's different is that if the community is small, then a smaller amount of that 7,200 a day is mined. Well, what happens to the other 7,200? It doesn't go into my pocket. It's not allocated to any person or for any feature, function, or expense. It goes directly into a liquidity pool vault, okay? It reconciles, and any MQT that wasn't mined in that year goes to the liquidity vault. It stays with the community, and it becomes future liquidity pool injections that's paired to the USDT. So instead of having an oversaturated market with MQT before there's a demand, if the community isn't large enough to be able to mine all of those tokens, it still stays with the community by becoming part of the economy, by becoming part of the ecosystem. That MoveQuest can never be sold. It cannot be given away. It stays in the liquidity vault until it can be paired to the USDT and then is added to the liquidity pool. So you have to remember that after the first 4 years is up, we have that halving. So instead of it being 7,200, it's 3,600 every day. So all of this MQT that you see sitting in the liquidity vault, it's either come in through people using the MQT, which is the utility of the project. They've either unlocked mining dock slots, they've minted miners, they've evolved their miners, they've bought, whatever the different, like the Q chips, or they purchased when we had the incubator, the different hatchery features. It was the use of that MQT token, or the ecosystem has bought it, or it is what was not mined. That's what that liquidity vault is. And everybody can track everything online. We know exactly where every single MQT token has lived and where it's moved, and the community and people can track that as well because it's all transparent on the blockchain. So not one MQT has ever been given away. Not one MQT token has ever been sold by the project itself. So MoveQuest, like I just explained, it doesn't just leave the ecosystem. Okay, when we say leave the ecosystem, that means by being mined or whatnot. It's mined, it's used, it's returned, and it's recycled back into the liquidity pool. Years and years down the road, okay, when all the mining has been done, whatever hasn't been used for liquidity, it goes back into the mining vault. Okay, at that time, the liquidity pool is self-sufficient. It doesn't need to keep injecting that liquidity. It's well beyond maturity. And so anything that's still sitting in that liquidity vault, it gets returned back to the mining in the farming vault. And this allows MQT to be mined beyond 2060. So this is a feature that I have yet to find a project do. Now, the other thing that's important to know about MoveQuest, when you look at other projects, it's always about raising money. They all do it. They have to raise money in order to develop their project, because to build on blockchain, if you do it right, it's going to cost you a ton of money. Not only is it going to cost you money, you're paying for the developer who has the knowledge to actually do it correctly on chain. MoveQuest had no pre-sale, no insider allocation. Okay, so what does that mean? It means that nobody got MQT unless they bought it or they've mined it. And that's all viable on chain. Now let's go over what we've built. We've got the Navigator miners, the Trailblazer miners, the Explorer miners, the Vanguards, and the Titans. Now you all know that Titans are forged from 2 Vanguards, or they can be minted like the other miners. These are designed as movement objects. Okay, we've got the tracker, the shoe, the vest, the backpack, and the ring. Each miner has its own voltage power. Navigators have 50 volts, Trailblazers have 100 volts, Explorers have 150, Vanguards have 200, Titans have 400. And all of your miners can be powered up double their mining power by using the power cells. This progress gives you guys somewhere to go, okay, where if you just did a one-time purchase and that's all you could do with that miner, we wanted you to be able to do more with that miner. So those power cells allow you to build on your existing miner to give you even more value, to give you more power to mine more. The mining dock, okay, you have to have that mining dock. You have to plug in your miners into that mining dock, because every time your health data, and it's just raw data, we don't collect your data, we don't store your data, we don't share it, we don't sell it. You literally are submitting that physical activity to the blockchain, and that's the only place that it resides. But it has to come through your miner, which is generating hashes based on your physical activity throughout the day. You're seeing that on that slider that goes through in the app. It's generating hashes. And then when you push that submission button, it's generating one hash that validates that your physical activity, it verifies how much MQT that you were able to mine for that day. So your miners are, even though they're classified as an NFT token, they're not just a JPEG image. they actually have equipment that plugs into the operating system of MoveQuest. And currently, you can mine with up to 18 slots in your dock, and you can unlock them progressively. We always give you the first slot free. Dock slot 2 through 10 uses USDT, and dock slot 11 through 18 uses MQT. Why do we do that? Well, we do that because it pairs to each other and is injected as liquidity. You move to mine, you mine to farm, okay? Our farming is the compounding aspect of this project, but we're different. We don't give you an ROI. You can't just go to an exchange and buy MoveQuest and then stake it in the hatchery to farm MQT. You have to be engaged within the ecosystem, and this is done on purpose. That liquidity pool is not built by traditional methods, which is the community provides it by creating the pairs and getting transactional rewards every time somebody buys or sells their token. So you actually have to mine MQT with your proof of physical activity in order to farm MQT in the hatchery. So it doesn't make it a money game. Okay, it's not an investment scheme. You literally have to move in order to farm MQT in the hatcheries. And it does compound. So the hatcheries are an excellent way, one, for you to be rewarded for holding that token if there's not a demand for it on the market. And it's also another way to get that MQT into circulation, that 7,200. Mining and farming, it's distributed almost evenly between the two. The farming, it doesn't release until way down the road, right? You guys can farm it for 30 days, 75 days, 135 days, 210 days, or 323 days. Each level that you're farming has a higher MQT farming rate than the lower one. So the longer you're farming, the higher amount of MQT that you can farm each day. But if you don't submit that proof of physical activity, you don't have any farming rewards for that day. So it's not like a pool where there's an ROI that's coming from, somebody's just pulling it out of the sky or whatnot. You're actually getting your farming rate based on the amount of MQT that you're going to hold on to in that hatchery for however many days, as long as you're submitting that proof of physical activity. This means that everything that you do within this project is based off your work alone. It's not a collective effort from a group of people that determine how much you can farm that day. That's very important when you're looking at this being, is it investment? Is it, an ROI? Is it legal? It's all based on you and your efforts. If you don't do any work, then you don't farm. If you don't do any physical work, then you don't mine. You don't get to farm and mine because Susie, Sally, Joe, and John did today. And it's a collective pool where everybody gets a certain percentage. So this is a very strong feature within the ecosystem to reward people for holding and reward you with the MQT that wouldn't be going out in the mining if there's not the community growth that can meet that demand for that token. The one thing that Bitcoin, one of the issues that happened with Bitcoin, and it took so long for it to gain market value, is because there was so much Bitcoin coming into circulation. And most people didn't know what Bitcoin was. Most people didn't understand it. And for the most part, all your banking and your centralized types of money systems called crypto a big scam. Now they are all involved in it and trying to figure out how they're going to catch up from the first 12 years of them calling it a scam and a scheme. And so there was just too much oversaturation. And Bitcoin, it was so new, nobody knew what it was. And I didn't know what it was. Luckily, I got involved in it and I fell in love with the crypto space, and it's life changing. But only if you get involved in the right projects. And that's why we built MoveQuest the way that we did. Now, another thing that you all know from the beginning, because this is what the leasing feature was about, if people cannot afford to mint miners, if people can't afford to, get involved in this project, well, we would provide miners for them to lease, right? The community would. That's your digital asset. That's your property. It'd be just like owning a house and you rent it out to somebody. That's what leasing miners that you're not using is about. But we had not built it into the infrastructure yet, because this stuff takes a lot of time. Very, on the coding side of things, this is a very complex project. For the very easy for you to navigate around it. And that in and of itself was a real job, okay? Is the phantom miners. I never want somebody to turn away from MoveQuest because they couldn't afford it. And I never want somebody to spend money before they understand what they're spending money on. That you never want somebody to have buyer's remorse. Seller's remorse is one thing. Buyer's remorse is something that you never want. And a lot of people that get involved with MoveQuest, they don't understand crypto. They're brand new to it, so they're still learning. So we wanted everybody to be able to get started without having to spend any money. So anybody can come to MoveQuest and they can claim 18 phantom miners. These are not digital assets. It's a virtual miner. And they're able to mine with that phantom for 135 days, and it gives them 1,800 volts of mining power. It's equal to a trailblazer, except they don't have element and attribute bonuses, and they don't have like the intensity step bonuses or anything like that. But what we've done is we've removed one of the biggest barriers into crypto. We don't ask people to pay before they've understood what they're buying. And that's what the phantom miners have removed. They do have to still do the proof of physical activity submission because they're still recording their activity to the blockchain, and they still get to participate in our ecosystem. And so this is also our proof that MoveQuest doesn't require new money. Yes, we are in the building stages where we are starting to really focus on building the community, but those are two different things. Building a community for the engagement and the use of your token for needing new money in order to keep your project alive. Those are two different things. Those phantom miners prove it. Phantom proof of physical activity. So you are engaged in the ecosystem. We could build a massive community just on phantom miners. And this is how the project operates. It operates on the engagement of a growing community, an engaged community, not new money coming in. And that was one distinction that I was very, very dedicated to making sure happened. Because if you build a crypto project right, it isn't the new money, it's the engaged community that is operating within that ecosystem. So what MQT is actually for? The miner functionality is live. The mining dock slots are live. Okay, this is all of our roadmap, our first roadmap. The miner evolution and equipment live. Boosts live. Our hatchery farming is live. Challenges will be live in the next 1 to 2 weeks while Lead's doing the final testing on them now. The MQT network, our test net blockchain, is live. The MQT Pay DApp wallet system is scheduled to go live this year. The Q chips are live. What are the Q chips? Q chips are to assemble your Trailblazer miners. The other thing that I always want to make sure of is that nobody walks away from MoveQuest saying, I lost. It's not worth it. Well, if you're submitting through level 6, every single day you're getting 38 Q chips. Q chips are not listed on an exchange. They're an internal token that you can assemble Trailblazer or Explorer miners with. So if the current proof of physical activity fee is $2.80, which I think is roughly around there today, on level 6, you're getting $3.80 worth of Q-chips in addition to your MoveQuest. Well, why do we do that? Well, because we always want you to have value here. You're always in profit if you're improving your health. And I think people miss that point too. If you go and you look at all of our testimonials, MoveQuest has been life-changing for hundreds of people, if not more than that, in the MoveQuest community. We have got some of the most amazing testimonials, life-changing testimonials, life-saving testimonials. And so your health is first. We're building this platform so you can build that wealth later. This project is built for longevity, long-term stability, and never to go away, even past my life, okay? So that's what those Q-chips are for. So every single day, if you submit, after 135 days of mining, and we did this on purpose so that phantom miners can assemble 5 Trailblazer miners just because they submitted for 135 days on level 6. Now they've got a bucket of Q-chips sitting there. They can go mint their first 5 miners. That's a boost. Now they only need to mint 13 more if they want to operate with a full dock. And they acquired those just using the miners, but everybody gets them. So those of you that already have a full dock of miners, now what you're doing is you're able to mint miners for future leasing. That's giving you additional revenue. The power cells are live. That's how you boost the mining power of your miners. So you can go from a 400 volt Titan to an 800 volt Titan. Mining pools live. The leasing, well, I got that on there twice. Sorry, guys. The leasing plans, yeah, those are live. I guess I don't know what I was thinking when I put that up there. I do a lot of this. I have a AI organize all of the information that I feed it. That one got a mistake on me. But the utility marketplace, that's open. It's live. And we'll keep adding things to the marketplace. Pretty soon, you guys will be able to lease your miners through there. You'll be able to swap your miners with other community members, people coming in. If you've got extra miners you want to sell, once we've reached a certain level, that'll be added to the marketplace. Once the community grows to a certain level, here's what's going to happen. When we reach, I think I got to go back and look at the notes, but it was roughly, I think it was 100,000 wallets that are mining. MQT locks on the cost of the miners. So let's say that MQT is $100. It would only take one MQT to mint a Trailblazer. But what if MQT goes to $1,000? It still is going to take one MQT to mint a Trailblazer. It won't change. It locked on the cost to mint a miner. Now it's going to cost $1,000 to mint a Trailblazer. Okay, this is when your miners become extremely valuable to you. So here, those Q-chips are building you that future value, because you might say, well, you know what? I'll sell a Trailblazer for $950, maybe $975. Or maybe you'll sell it for the $1,000, but the difference is all miners are minted in real time. We don't have an inventory of them, so you don't know what you're going to get. So if you have a marketplace, people can shop around and they can look at what are the attributes of that miner? What are the elements of that miner? How many bonuses does that miner have? Because there's no 2 miners alike. They're all different. And if you've got a pretty high powered miner, or maybe you've got one that has power cells, so now you can get double. This is how the value of your miners increase. Is this going to happen overnight? No. MoveQuest is not a get rich quick scheme. I've never said it was. I'm not hype about it. I tell you what this project can do, what its potential is with community growth. But the reality is this: we're still in the growth stages. I am not about rushing through a project to get the most money from you as I can. I am about building a project that's going to be here long after my life, something that I can be proud of, that my family can be proud of me for, and that you can build legacy wealth for your families. Well, that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It doesn't happen overnight. So if people are, disappointed because MoveQuest hasn't just, taken off to the moon, well, there's a reason for that. Everything happens in time. You didn't build Rome overnight, and we're doing this the right way. But think about this. You guys are actually setting yourself up. If you can find a get-rich-quick scheme, go play in it. But build this because you know we're still going to be here, even when that one goes away. And I've heard it over and over and over. People will leave and they'll go find that shiny penny, and then they come back and they're like, dang, you guys are still here. Well, I better get caught up. What's going on? But they've already been through 3, 4, or 5 projects that have already bit the dust. They're gone. And we're still here. And you guys are building for that future. Imagine having all these Q chips, all those miners assembled. Now it costs way too much for a person to just come and mint them. They're going to go to the marketplace and they're going to start looking for your miners. You guys should be taking advantage of this now while you can. Moving on. Sorry, you guys. I know I get long-winded. I apologize for that. Leasing, that will also be live in 1 to 2 weeks. Now, when we say challenges, you guys, that's challenges and events. That's where your leasing becomes very valuable to you. Because let's say somebody wants to hold an event. Maybe it's a church, maybe it's a group of people. Maybe it's a large organization or charity or whatever. They're not familiar with the MoveQuest, but it's real easy to say, listen, you need to download this app, put a little bit of AVAX in it. Now you can go to the marketplace and you can just lease a miner for the day. Maybe it'll cost you 5 cents or 10 cents. Now they're able to mine and raise money for different charity events or whatever the event may be. But it creates a demand for your leasing. So with challenges, it also comes with that event piece, which also opens the doors for people to participate within our ecosystem and never have to buy a miner. Now, would we love them to come in and be a part of the community on a day-to-day basis? Of course. But you know what? It introduces MoveQuest to them, and they didn't have to spend anything, but they still got to engage within the ecosystem, and they still got to do some really good humanitarian work, you know, helping other people. And then, of course, the MQT network blockchain, that is not the test net, but the live, that will also be going live this year. So the goal is always about building the demand and the utility for the token. Okay, it's not about the speculation, which most of your projects are, because they don't build a very powerful ecosystem. We didn't just launch our token and stop. We started out on the Binance Smart Chain for the initial, you know, building and coding. And then we moved over to the Avalanche blockchain, and we've got our own reasons for that, which I'm not going to go into it because it starts to get pretty technical. But in order for us to advance and move into the other blockchains, we really needed to start and add that Avalanche C chain first. That's live. Now we've got our multi-chain expansion that's due to also be done this year. We've got the network blockchain, which is our layer 1, which means MoveQuest now becomes the layer 2 of our blockchain. But now it opens it up for other projects to come and build on our blockchain. And we have features on our blockchain that aren't currently operating with other blockchains. So again, it sets us apart, but it leaves it so that we are not beholden to another projects, you know, updates, making sure everything is staying live and normal. We are a completely self-sufficient protocol. All of our code is written from scratch. All of our code is proprietary. We do not use any third-party systems. We do not use any APIs. We don't depend on anybody else staying live and up to date for our project to function. Imagine if we did that. Imagine if we were using other people's code to get things done within ours, you know, do that a whole lot faster and build, you know, we probably could have done with this in a year, maybe even 6 or 8 months. But we didn't. Why? Because if somebody's other system goes haywire, or they don't update it, or they left back doors open, or there's malicious code in there, MoveQuest is done. So we did everything from scratch. It's all completely owned, built, and operates on the blockchain. There's nothing centralized in our system. So MoveQuest in 2026 is not MoveQuest in 2024. It's not MoveQuest in 2022. Well, this is good. We've evolved our mining. We've simplified onboarding. We've added utility. We've continued to build our roadmap promises. We have the MoveQuest Labs, LLC. Okay, that's the company arch of this project. Okay, it operates under that MoveQuest operates under. But when you have a company that refuses to evolve, what do? They become obsolete. They are not staying up to date. We are constantly evolving. We are constantly upgrading our smart contracts and this infrastructure because technology is evolving like crazy in the crypto space. A lot of people ask us, well, why don't you have your contracts audited? Well, because we're still building. And if you guys know how expensive it is to audit smart contracts, you might still ask us, maybe you wouldn't, maybe you'd understand. This project operates on a lot of contracts. And we upgrade them continually to newer technology. We do it. Now, if we had audited this contract for 50 grand, and then 3 weeks later, Solidity or one of the other, systems that we use to code with upgrades, and we want to update our smart contract, we'd have to spend another 50 grand on a contract that we just upgraded. Well, we could be doing.
You're kind of chopped. You're breaking up every now and then right now, Lynette. So we're catching pieces of it. If you can hear me.
Or 4 weeks, because as soon as technology evolves, we are always going to be on top of that's evidence that works. Herschel,
Yeah,
did you say something to me?
Yes, I was just
Herschel,
letting you know you were breaking up a little.
did you say something to me?
Yes, you were.
I've been having some issues, and I keep two Wi-Fi connections at my house. One that is like, Comcast, and then the other one's fiber optics. But yeah, I do have some issues every now and then. How about now? Is it better?
Yes. At the moment, yes.
Okay, good. Let me go back and bring this up again. All right. So we're almost done, guys. I'm going to flip right through this really quick. Okay. I want to talk about the community because that's a milestone too. We've had builders and testers and miners and moderators and developers. Okay. Some have been here for nearly the full 4 years. And you guys have seen all the difficult stretches that we've been through. I always tell everybody, I honestly sometimes don't know how mentally I'm still sane because anything that could come our way, it comes our way. Every obstacle that can be thrown our way is coming our way. It doesn't even matter. And we'll start feeling like, oh, wow, is there something wrong here? Because we seem like we've been gliding pretty easy for the last few weeks. And then bam, hammer comes down again. But, that just tells me something. We're on the right path because when you get that much opposition, there's a reason. Okay, there's a reason why we've had so much opposition with this project because it can change so many people's lives. If we get it out there and people see the power behind us, everybody's moving. Everybody, if you're breathing, you're moving some part of your body. Okay. And so MoveQuest, it fits for everybody. There's nobody on this planet that MoveQuest wasn't designed for. And so I do really believe that because the way this project was built, because of what it stands for, and because of how we've operated this project, and because of what it can do, we're always going to have opposition because what this project can do for people, I really don't think some of the other forces that are out there really want this to happen. I'm not going to go into my own little, mind where it goes sometimes, but we just keep building through it. We've been questioned, we've been criticized publicly, even myself, and torn apart, okay, reputation wise. I am a good person. I'm an honest person. You guys know me. I don't mince words. I'll tell you just like it is. And everything's transparent. Everything is on the blockchain. All of our contracts are deployed. The mining is running. Proof of physical activity is live. People commit miners. The dock operates. The farming's active. And our development still keeps going. We are a bug-free system. Yeah, every now and then, a little hiccup. But what do? we are on it and we get to the bottom of whatever is going on and we fix it. This is probably the smoothest running project that any of you have been involved in, bar none. And you guys all know that we are on top of everything. You don't have to sit around and wait for something to be adjusted or fixed, or if there's a bug or something that pops up somewhere, we're on it and it's fixed right away. So you guys know that we are very attentive to what this project is. Now, you guys, I'm going to go through some stuff. Maybe I won't go through all of this. Maybe I should hold on to this for next Tuesday, because you guys, there's a whole lot of information I want to go through, and I am going to hold off. I'm going to just kind of go over a recap quick, and I'll slip through a couple of slides to show you, and you guys can come back next Tuesday, because honestly, the last half of this gets a lot of fun. But I think that, because I love to compare MoveQuest to other projects that are on the market, because I think it's important that people understand. But I kind of given you a recap of MoveQuest. 2 years of mining on Avalanche, 21 million max supply. Now, those are not installation. And I think the strongest thing that MoveQuest has, we have a very small community. We have 9,600 wallets that hold the MoveQuest token. We have about 1,500 people that are actively engaged in this project. Of the 2 years of mining on the MoveQuest blockchain, there are 1.2 million MQT tokens that are currently farming MQT in the hatcheries from anywhere from 30 to 323 days. And there's just what, 202 or 203,000 MQT tokens are actually circulating in wallets. So what is that? They get it. They understand what MoveQuest is. And all of those tokens that they have, which is less than 5% of all 21 million, are staked inside that hatchery farming MQT. They're not worried about where MoveQuest is going. They're setting themselves up for what MoveQuest is going to do in the future. That 205 sitting in wallets that are not in those hatcheries, that tells the story. We have a very strong community, albeit small. But you want to start strong, even if it's small. Imagine if we would have started out like some of these other projects did that are crashing and burning around us with hundreds of thousands of people, but they didn't do it right. MoveQuest would just be like one of them. And that's not who we are. We have, I've already gone through all this. You guys can read this on the screen, and I'm going to make this available to everybody because I really want you guys to absorb this and really understand it. Now, this is the part that I probably should go into starting next Tuesday. And this is where I talk about the guardrails that I have input into this project. They're very, very important. They're critical to the crypto space. I want MoveQuest to become the go-to project. If we want a project that's going to be built, that's going to last, how do we do it? Look at MoveQuest over there. What did they do so that that project was still strong 4 years later with only 1,500 people in their community? Do you guys understand what I'm saying to you? Some people say, oh, $3 market value, that's terrible. A $3 market value with a community size of 1,500 people. Now, you go look at some of these other move to earns, and I do have them in this slide somewhere. Let me just go to them real quick. Let's look at StepIn. Over 2 million users, and I think today they still have 300,000 active in Discord. Their token isn't even a penny. You got GenoPets, and I think it was Sweat Economy. I think they have 2 or 3 million users. And look at what their token is doing. It's less than StepIn's. Okay, MoveQuest has got 1,500 people in their community, and we've got a token value of $3.11. That's a big deal. Now, everybody, what you really want to look at are the numbers. You want to compare. Why is MoveQuest different? How is MoveQuest different from StepIn, from Jets, from Sweat Economy, from DotMoves, from StepApp, from Walkin, from all of these, different projects that are similar that have to do with movement? So that's what I am going to be going through next Tuesday. And I'm going to make this available to you guys because what I want you guys to do is to kind of go through this stuff. And then let's come back on Tuesday and let's discuss this because I think it's important for people to understand crypto. What really goes on behind the scenes with a crypto project? What makes it stable? What is an ecosystem? And you're going to find a lot of things that MoveQuest does that no other projects do. None of them. And that's what the rest of this is about. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this available to all of you guys. I'm going to give you homework. I want you guys to really go through. I'm going to give you the PDF. I'm going to give you this deck, and I want you guys to go through it. And then I want you to come back and we'll go over the questions and stuff that you have, because I think once you can understand this, you'll that light bulb will go on and it will show you, you'll have an understanding like, oh, I get it. I see why MoveQuest is different. Because I've heard a lot of people still asking questions in the chats. And some of you have been here for 2 or 3 years. You're still trying to grasp how this ecosystem works. And that's what I've done. I've broken that down in this deck. One of the things are the tokenomic allocations, token allocations. We didn't allocate any tokens, none, zero. All of the other projects do. And so I want you guys to go through this. And I think that's probably the best way to handle it, because I'd have you here till 11 o'clock tonight. And I'm pretty sure none of you really want to be here that late hanging out with me. That's what we'll do if you guys are all in agreement to that. Not your typical Tuesday night meeting, but I think it's really important for people to really start, absorbing what MoveQuest really is. It's going to make it easier for you to explain it. It's going to make it easier for you to understand the market value, what makes it go up, what makes it go down, and what does liquidity really mean? How is liquidity, provided here? And all of these different things that set us apart. So I'm going to hand this back to you, Herschel. If you guys don't mind, I'm probably not going to do Q&A tonight, only because I've got so much to do. I still have some obligations I have to meet by the end of the night, unless there's something pressing that really needs to be addressed. But if it's not, I'd kind of rather skip that tonight, Herschel.
Okay, no problem. No problem. But no, I definitely appreciate the classroom style setting, and look forward to getting that PDF to break it down and be ready for next week for sure, for sure. As always, we appreciate you taking your time out to come and share with us, especially in this manner, so that the people in the community can really understand. We can all wrap our heads around all the different angles associated with what actually brings value to the underlying asset that we're mining on a daily basis. And
I am going to answer one question here, Herschel.
Okay.
That is important. And it is an important question, because this does come up a lot. Well, if they're not verified on CoinMarketCap, it probably isn't legitimate. Well, that's not true. So because MoveQuest is building in its full ecosystem, when we do verify through CoinMarketCap, we want our roadmap, at least our roadmap, completed. We really wanted to wait until the blockchain went live because of the bridging and all of the things that have to take place. But I have, Waleed and I have talked about that, because then, you have to go and you have to update everything, because now you've got the blockchain, now you've got all these other blockchains as well that will be bridging into pools and everything else. So it would have been a lot better to wait to get verified on CoinMarketCap. And another reason so when you go and you look on the deck exchanges, everybody says, oh, they base all of their values on 21 million being in circulation. Now, you guys may or you may not agree with this, right? We are not ready. We are now, but a year ago, 2 years ago, we were not ready for viral growth. We would have been able to handle it. We've been able to manage it, but we really wanted to have the roadmap built. Somebody who really understands crypto, if we get verified on CoinMarketCap, they'll get it, they'll see, and we may have grown faster than what we wanted to. We have not pushed viral growth on purpose. We wanted to do it when the time was right, not prematurely. A lot of people, they come into projects on a mass level based on speculative market values and hype and all this other stuff. We wanted to say to the world, our project is done. Now we're ready to go to market. Okay, we're there now. We are ready to go to market. We've got 1 to 2 weeks left before our roadmap 1.0 is completely finished. That means that all of the infrastructure of MoveQuest is built. Now we're branching outside and we're bringing even more value, like with the blockchain and the wallet system. So now we can get verified on CoinMarketCap. And I guess we really don't mind having to update the information when the blockchain goes live, our own personal blockchain, and the other ones that we are going to be launching on as well. So you can look for verification to be final submitted to CoinMarketCap upon the completion of the challenges and events and the leasing. Now, just because it wasn't verified on CoinMarketCap, you can still go to CoinMarketCap. They will still tell you we're not a honeypot. We are verified, not verified like through them, but the test runs have been done on our token. It's not a malicious token. It's not a spam token. It's not a phishing token. It's not a honeypot. So you can see all of that there. Everybody likes that little check mark that says verified. And so we will have that. And then once that's done, we'll be verified on all of those types of platforms. So we're just 1 to 2 weeks away from finishing up what's left on this roadmap. And then it's just full bore ahead. Okay. So yes, we will be submitting that over to CoinMarketCap for that final review. They've already got our initial review. And I asked that to just be put on the back burner, hold off. I didn't want it to be processed yet. I said I had information to update. When I send it to you, we'll update it and then verify it. Well, I've just not sent it over there yet. So all I have to do is submit the rest of that and we're good to go. That was an important question that I really think should be answered because it does come up every now and then.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, we definitely thank you for that and look forward to and you said that you're going to just send that PDF out or you're going to have Waleed?
I'm going to have Waleed add it to the website. So most likely I wouldn't expect it to be there before tomorrow. That way everybody gets it and it's easily gotten. We're also adding to the website. It's kind of like a blog, but it's going to be a way for me to update everybody because there are phishing issues and whatever with these, and this happens all over crypto, right? They like to email our community. We never email you. You guys can email us and we'll respond to you, but we'll never email you first. We don't even collect your emails, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a section in the website where every day I'll be able to update you guys, or every other day, or whenever there's something. So you'll just go there every day and you'll get the news and the updates, and you don't have to worry about missing something if you're not in one of the social chats. We want to make sure everybody gets that. So I'm going to be reviewing that with Waleed today or tomorrow. I haven't still gotten time to get that done. And that's where you'll go to get those updates of what's going on, with MoveQuest.
Perfect. All righty then. Well, once again, thank you. And thank you all in the community for coming and sharing some of your time with us this evening. And we will do it again, same time, same channel, this time next week. Y'all have
awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Say that again. Say that again. I've been watching crypto from the sidelines. Everybody yelling, now's the time. I said, what am I buying? They said, trust us, bro. I said, where's the product? They said, coming next year. I said, nah, I'm good. Too many promises, too many dreams, too many wallets getting empty before anybody sees a thing. And somebody stopped me, said, you ain't heard about MoveQuest? I said, what's so different? Hold up, say that again. You mean I get to use it before I gotta buy it? What? For first 35 days? What? With 18 free phantom miners? No way! That's like $1,800 worth of NFT mining power before I spend a dime. Man, y'all done lost your mind. No crypto project does that. Everybody else wants your money before they even build the product. Not MoveQuest. Move first. Mine
grind first, experience it, then decide. Most projects holler by the token, join the pre-sale, don't miss out. 3 months later, Discord's quiet, website's gone, lights are out. MoveQuest said, nah, we built it first. Come test drive it, then make up your own mind. Now that makes sense. Wait, let me get this straight. You trust me with your technology before you ask me to trust you with my money. Now that's backwards, and I kinda like it. Most crypto says, trust us with your money. MoveQuest says, trust us with your snaps. Run, ride, move, mine, earn, build. No blind faith, no guessing, no hype. Just experience it, then decide. Somebody tell me, who gives away 135 days to prove that project works? MoveQuest does. Move first. Move first. Yeah, move first. Mine first. Build your stack, no expense in mining rack. Walk your dog, hit the gym, ride your bike, jump right in, try it first, learn it first, see what everybody's talking about. Most crypto wants your wallet. MoveQuest wants your footsteps. Move.